Good morning, everybody. I hope that you are feeling really well and you are motivated and excited to get the body moving this morning. And I don't know about anyone else, but this time change is killing me. It's so hard. Just that 1 hour makes it so challenging. And then if you're in California and it's freezing like it is here, or in California where I'm at, it's freezing. I know 39 degrees might not sound cold to people, but man, it's freezing. So we got to get the body moving, get warmed up, and we're going to go ahead and start on the floor though. Come onto your knees, and we'll get the body moving pretty quickly here, but I just want you to ground for a little bit. So you can sit on the knees to where the sit bones are right over the heels. If that doesn't feel good, then go ahead and just sit cross-legged. The reason why you want to ground yourself first thing is to really make that connection with the earth, so then that way we're not all flighty throughout the day. We have a little bit of presence on where we're going. So wherever you're seated, go ahead and lift up nice and tall through the spine. And then really feel the sit bones grounding to whatever surface you're sitting on, whether it's the heels, the floor, a block, or a blanket. And then we're going to have the hands resting on the thighs, face down for grounding, little face up for a little bit of inspiration. And then as you pull the shoulder blades together, feel the sternum lift up towards the chin. And this is where we start to shift our focus to our mat. So close the eyes. Feel your breath, however you are breathing. Just notice if it's stopping anywhere, if you are taking deep breaths, and just be aware of how the body's feeling this morning. Let go of any distractions that might be happening around you. And then we'll bring the hands together in front of the heart. We'll take our 3 cleansing breaths to begin our practice together. Big, deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale to sigh it out. And we'll do that again. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And a final time, see if you can breathe in deeper here. Pause at the top. And then open the mouth, let it all go. Before you move, keep the eyes closed. Seal the lips now and start to concentrate on your conscious breath. And you'll breathe deeply through the nose, just through the nose with the lips sealed. As you find that connection to your breath, a rhythm and a pace to your breath, I want you to invite your intention in for the day. It really makes a difference if you start with an intention, if you have a focus for your day. So maybe today, with our practice focus, maybe that is your intention, that you will speak and act with confidence. We'll take a breath here. Breathe deeply into your intention. Put a smile on your face. And then when you're ready, blink the eyes open. So we'll see how long the dogs don't bark. I have people outside the house, and it's always a distraction. So my apologies ahead of time if Bella and Bruno start going crazy with the people outside the house. So we'll cross over onto our knees, come to hands and knees, table pose. Find your foundation first. So you really want to grip the mat with the fingertips, feel the tops of the feet pressing into the floor. On the inhale, let's reach the heart forward. Your tailbone is going to reach back, and you're going to let the belly sag towards the floor. Pull the shoulder blades away from the ears. Take another breath to open up through the throat and look up. And then the next exhale, let's round the back. Bring the chin towards the chest and the belly button towards the spine. And again, inhale, reach the heart forward. Open up through the throat, tailbone presses back. Exhale to round. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach forward. Look up, soften the shoulders from the ears, and then exhale to round. You can wag the hips, start to wake up the spine. Remember, from sleeping, our body is so stiff and straight. So when we wake up and we don't wake the body up, we start moving, that's where a little bit of issues happen. You might find it in the low back. You might find it in a knee or an ankle. So really wake the body up here. We're going to step back into plank pose. Let's fire everything up right away. So reach the heels back. For me, I'm feeling a nice little stretch in my calves, but I'm engaging my core to make sure that this is a nice firm pose. At the same time I'm reaching the heels back, I'm trying to reach the top of my head forward. So we'll take another big breath in. And then as you exhale, the hips are going to lift to find our downward facing dog. So this is typically the length that you want your downward dog in from plank pose, but sometimes that might be a little bit too long for people. So you can always tiptoe the feet up just a little bit if you'd like to. So as you press the mat down and forward, try and stretch it forward. Lift your booty up as high as possible. Take another deep breath. Settle here for a moment. And then come up high onto the tippy toes. Bend your knees, look forward. You're going to either hop or step right behind your hands. When you get there, inhale, come up halfway, find that forward fold or a halfway lift, find that flat back, and you're going to roll the weight into the toes, but tuck the chin so that the back of the neck is long. One more breath lifted, and then exhale to fold forward. Bend the knees, inhale, rise all the way up with the arms, lift through the torso, palms are going to touch overhead, exhale, hands to the heart. So we close the eyes here. As we start to move, I want you to tune back into your intention. I want you to feel the movement coming from your center. Let go of any negative thoughts and really gift this time to yourself. And then let's blink the eyes open, find that smile on your face. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And be careful not to lift the shoulders up out of the arms. You just want to find that lift through the body. And then the sides of the torso are going to expand. Palms touch, and then let's exhale, hinge at the hips, fold all the way forward. Inhale, find that flat back, roll the weight into the toes, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, just lubricating the hips, the ankles, and the spine. And then exhale, we're going to fold back forward. Inhale, halfway. And then exhale, we're going to bend the knees, plant the palms, find plank pose. Firm your thighs here, firm the core. Find that foundation through the entire body. Inhale to rock the shoulders forward. You can always drop the knees if it's a little bit too much, but as the shoulders are rocking forward, we're going to lower all the way down. Hug the elbows right alongside the body. Bring the elbows now underneath the shoulders. Forearms are on the floor. You're going to bring the toes together, but press the tops of the feet into the floor so that the knees are lifted off of the floor. And then press into the arms so you're not dumping the weight into the shoulders. Lift up through the center of the chest, and then press the forearms down onto the floor. You're also feeling the pubic bone press down, and you should feel a nice little opening through the low back. Notice if you are holding on to anything here. Take a full cycle of breath. Let the body relax into the pose. Let go of any tension. And then we're going to come all the way down. Bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Tuck the chin. We're going to come onto the toes. Use your next inhale to press up. Find plank pose. And then the next exhale, we'll find downward facing dog. So slowly just waking up the body, trying to shift our focus from everything that's going on off the mat to what's going on inside, what's going on the mat. So we'll take an inhale to lift the right leg up. Look forward. Let's plant that right foot by the right thumb. And we're going to step the left foot out and over a little bit and spiral the left heel down. So the feet won't intersect. You still have a pretty good distance between the feet though. And you'll bend into that front knee rise up for warrior one. So you don't have to have this nice flow with the arms. I think it's so much more important to find the foundation. So if this is too long of a stance, just shorten the stance a little bit. But we'll sink down into that front knee. Make sure that the knee is pointing towards your middle or second toe. And then this left hip here and the right side of the torso. See if you can rotate them so everything points forward. So think about pushing the left hip forward. At the same time, you're pulling the right hip back and the right side of the torso back so everything aligns. And then maybe the hands are at the heart, or maybe you put them right alongside the ears. So find what works for you. Wherever you are, the belly button is lifting up towards the sternum. Feel length through the back of the neck. Take another deep breath here. And then you can keep the hands where they are. You can bring them to the hips. Press into that right foot, straighten through the right leg. And then make sure we're not hyperextending that front knee. So maybe a tiny little bend in the knee. Reach up through the torso. As you exhale, you're going to hinge forward halfway. See if you can hover the torso over the floor. Press into both feet evenly. Keep reaching the fingertips forward. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale, hands are going to come down to the floor. Bend back into that right knee. Step the left foot now back towards in line. If the front foot were to draw a line, it would intersect with your back arch. You'll bend back into the right knee. Left arm is going to inhale to windmill us up. Warrior two now. So sink into the right knee. Feel the right sit bone, that right glute kind of scooping underneath the hip. And then that's going to help to point the right knee over that middle toe. Arms are coming out, almost like you're trying to touch the walls on opposite sides. You cross the chest and then soften here. Notice where your mind wants to go. Are you thinking about the clock? Are you thinking about wanting to go back to bed? Are you thinking about your day? So see if you can just breathe here. Feel what your body is doing in this moment here. And take one more breath. And we'll flip the right palm over. Inhale to reverse. Keep the bend in that front knee. Left hand comes down the back of the left thigh. You'll soften through the right shoulder. Gaze up to that right hand. Take another big breath here. And then straighten through the right leg. As you exhale, it's almost like you're going to paint from the ceiling all the way down the wall. So use a nice big stroke with that right hand. We're going to come all the way down. Keep the length. Keep pressing into both feet. Right hand is going to come gently to the right shin or a block, or you can bring it down to the floor, whichever feels good to you. Once you find that sweet spot, we're opening up through the left shoulder, and then maybe that left hand comes up for triangle pose. You can also keep it down at the hip if that feels better for you. You can wrap it behind the back. But the main thing I want you to do is open up through this left shoulder, so don't let it start to come down to the floor. And then find the place where you can settle in. So again, we're pressing into both feet. We're breathing deeply. We're just trying to stay here in this moment, being aware of our thoughts, any negative feelings that might creep up. Just letting everything go for this moment. Take another full breath. And then we'll put a bend back into that right knee. Pivot to the ball of the left foot as the left hand comes down. Inhale, spiral that right hand up. Keep the left hip lifted. Reach the right fingertips up. Deep breath in. And then as you bring the right hand down to the floor, we're going to walk the right foot over to the left hand for pigeon. You can always flip over onto your back and bring the right ankle on top of the left knee. So I really love this position because it opens us up through the hips, and the hips, the inner thighs rotate around the hips to the low back, and that's really where a lot of pain and tightness to the low back can happen. So when you have low back pain, you also want to think about stretching your hamstrings, stretching your inner thighs as well. So find the spot that works for you in pigeon. You can stay upright, you can come down onto the forearms like we were earlier, and then just take a couple of breaths here. It's really in the stillness where we create the change, that uncomfortableness. I think probably we can all agree that we find the most change when we do go through things that are uncomfortable. And if things weren't uncomfortable, we would all stay the same and life might be a little bit boring, even though we have to go through challenging times occasionally. So we'll take another breath here. See if you can let the hips settle. Find softness through the front side of the body. Really good. So come up onto the hands. You're going to come over onto the glutes, and you're going to swing this right leg on top of the left. So find fire log pose. I want you to have the right ankle on top of the left knee, and then that right knee is over the left ankle. If that doesn't feel good, then just find an easy cross-legged position. Arms come out to cactus, right arm underneath the left, backs of the hands touch, or maybe circle the palms to touch. Elbows lift in line with the shoulders, and you're pressing the palms away from the face. So try and press the right knee down. So notice how my right knee keeps trying to lift up. You want to consciously press it down so then that way you make space through the hips. And then feel the shoulders spreading. Close the eyes. Relax the jaw. Find softness through the face. Notice if you were squinting, maybe find where you can bring softness into the body and release some of that built up tension. Take one more full breath. Very good. So we'll unwind the arms, shake everything out so then that way we get that energy flowing again. And then let's rotate to the opposite side. So table pose now, the opposite side. You might not be seeing me now. You might be facing away from me. So really think about where we're going, listen to my words, and try and not to be too concerned about what the screen is doing. So on the inhale, let's reach the heart forward, tailbone back. And then exhale, let's round the body. Bring the chin towards the chest and belly button to the spine. Inhale, reach the heart forward again. Maybe notice how the body is starting to open up and that tension is releasing. And then exhale, we're rounding. Step back into plank pose. Reach the heels back, crown of the head reaches forward, press the floor away, belly button comes into the spine. So right now I'm pressing the floor away with my palms so the arms are engaged. My legs are both engaged. I'm reaching the heels back. Core is working here by pulling the navel to the spine. So this is a full exhale. Let's lift the sit bones, downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath here. Soften the heels. The next inhale, left leg is going to lift. Look forward. Plant the left foot right by that left thumb. We're going to step the right foot out and over a few inches and spiral the right heel down. Left knee is bent. When you're ready, inhale to rise up to find warrior one. So remember what we did on the other side, right? We needed to pull the hip with the standing leg back. So this time it's the left hip, and then the right side of the torso is going to pull forward. And that should help seal the back foot more to the floor as well. And then the arms can be at the heart or right alongside the ears. Sink down deeply into that front knee. Feel the belly button lifting towards the heart and the heart lifting towards the palms. One more full breath. And sink down a little bit more into that front knee. As the fingertips lift to the ceiling, you'll soften the shoulders. The next exhale, we're gonna bring the hands down to the floor. Step that back foot, the right foot, in line with the left. Make sure that the back heel is sealed to the floor and sink into the left knee. When you're ready, the right arm is gonna windmill us up into warrior two on the opposite side. We still wanna sink down into that front knee, and then it really helps to rotate the inner right thigh backwards. So if you do that, if you feel that engagement with the thigh, it's really gonna help to engage this back leg, and it's gonna seal the foot to the floor. And as you sink into this front knee, you're gonna scoop the left sit bone underneath the hip. Turn the torso now to the wide side of the mat. Your back might be towards me depending on how you set your mat up this morning. And then extend the arms out in opposite directions. So the chest is really wide, the heart is shining, and you're lifting up through the torso. Gaze over that front middle finger. Try and touch opposite walls. Maybe smile again. Remember your intention. And then again, notice, where's the mind want to go? How are you feeling? And can you let some of those unwanted or negative feelings go? Find that confidence within for you to control your day today. We'll flip the left palm. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Right hand is going to come down the back of the right thigh. You'll lift the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Gaze into that left palm. Keep sinking down into the front knee. Open the heart a little bit more here. Take one more breath. And then keep the arm how it is, straighten through the left leg without hyperextending the knee. And then a big painting brush here with that left hand. Touch the ceiling and start to make that brush stroke all the way down that wall in front of you. Left hand's gonna come to the shin lightly, to a block or to the floor. And then again, rotate the torso to the wide side. Right hand can be on the right hip, or maybe it's extended to the ceiling. You'll take another full breath here. Open up through that right shoulder. You can even place that right hand on the back of the sacrum, the low part of the back. And I want you to feel the left ribs rotating forward. Take another full round here. On the next inhale, bring the hand down to the floor. Spin to the ball of the right foot. Right hand is going to plant to the floor. Inhale, spiral the left hand up. Make sure you don't let the right hip, sink to the floor. You still want the hips to be in line with one another. Reach the right heel back. Keep pressing the right palm into the floor. Left fingertips are trying to touch the ceiling. One more round of breath. The left foot over towards the right hand, and now we're in pigeon pose on the opposite side. You all have the option to come onto your back as well and place the ankle on top of the opposite knee. And so find what feels good for you here. Maybe the hands stay alongside that front leg. Maybe you come down onto the forearms. If you're coming down forward, if your head is not supported by a block or your hands, make sure that you keep the ears in line with the shoulders. Don't let the neck dump forward or the head dump forward. And then find that spot, settle here. Find a little bit of quietness through the mind. Maybe repeat your intention, but let anything go that is not serving you in this moment. We'll take one more full round of breath. See if you can let any of that tension go that you have built in the hips and the thighs. And then we're going to come all the way up onto the palms. Rock onto that left sit bone so you can come forward. Left ankle now is going to be on top of the right. Left knee over the right ankle. You'll flex the feet. So notice already which side feels different. There's always one side of the body that's a little bit tighter. And then if this doesn't feel good, you can always come into that easy cross-legged position. Elbows are going to come out to that cactus pose. You're going to pull the shoulder blades together, lift the sternum towards the chin, and then left elbow underneath the right. Backs of the hands touch or maybe circle the palms. We'll lift the elbows in line with the shoulders, press the palms away from the face. See if you can press the left knee down towards the right ankle. See if it starts to lift up, press it all the way down. And then once you find that sweet spot, I want you to close the eyes. Pay attention to the body here. Are you rushing to get done? Are you thinking about what you are doing after? Bring all of that awareness back to this moment. Can you soften the space right between the eyebrows? And can you quiet the space right between the ears? One more full round of breath. And we'll unwind the arms. You can shake it out here. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly pose or bound angle. Press the thumbs into the arches. Hinge forward so the elbows come down to the thighs. And then 2 ways you can do this pose. For me, I like to have a flat back. Keep my back flat. Press the elbows in towards the thighs and my chin is tucked. It's almost like I'm trying to reach my sternum forward towards my toes, kind of looking over like I'm looking over the edge of a cliff. The other way it might feel good to you is you keep the arms the same way, but you round the back and you bring the chin towards the chest and the belly button towards the spine. It's almost like the top of the head, the crown of the head is pointing towards the toes. So if you'll play around with it and do which one feels better for the low back and the inner thighs. But then once you find that sweet spot, I want you to close the eyes and come into stillness. Take a couple of breaths. And take one more round of breath here. See if you can deepen the pose or inch forward a little bit more. And then we'll tuck the chin, rise up to stack the spine. Find your comfortable position with the legs crossed. Rock the sit bones from side to side. And we'll inhale to sweep the arms up. When you exhale, we're going to twist to the right knee, left hand on top of the thigh, and the right hand behind the back. Lift up through the chest and gaze over that back shoulder. So our practice, thinking of confidence, right? It all comes from within. There's some days that we wake up, we're ready to tackle the world. Nobody can mess with us. And then there's other days where we don't want to get out of bed and everything seems to be going wrong. That's just how we look at things too. So if we can start our day continuously with a positive outlook, it's so much easier as we encounter those negative days. Inhale to come back to center, and then exhale to the opposite side. Right hand on top of the left thigh, left hand behind the body to lift up. And you're gazing over that back shoulder. So think about some areas, maybe with your internal dialogue your internal speak. Maybe some of those things that are played repetitively over and over. We'll inhale to come back to center. Bring the hands to the heart. For me, confidence is a big one. I can be in a group of people and they can tell me that I can do it and I still have that little bit of doubt. But it's the repetition, right? Everything is repetitive. We want to drown out that negative talk with positive talk. It's just like going to the gym repetitively or practicing a sport or practicing music. You have to practice so in that way we make the changes that we want to see, right? So we'll close the eyes here, rock the sit bones from side to side. And then just find your breath once again. Find softness in the front of the face. Feel the thumbs connecting to the heart. Just think about your intention today. If you didn't come up with one, maybe think about how you want the rest of your day to go. And then let's take our 3 cleansing breaths to end our short time together. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And then again, inhale deeply. Open mouth, exhale. And a bigger inhale here. Pause and hold the breath at the top. Now open the mouth. Let all of that built up tension, anything else that you want to release, go. And then before you blink the eyes open, one more time back to your intention. Put a smile on your face, lift the chin, blink the eyes open. Namaste to you guys. Hope you have a really, really great day. Just remember to move the body, think of kind words, and really think about what you're doing and how you're leading from the inside and all of your interactions with those around you. I hope you have a really, really great day, and I hope to see you back on the mat on Thursday, 8 a.m. Have a great day.